Hello and welcome to the Daily Mill for Thursday, the 21st of August 2025. We begin today's video with some sad news, and that is that Tim Sells has passed away. 1978 to 2025. This is from millfc.co.uk. Millwall Football Club and Mill Community Trust are deeply saddened to announce the passing of football development manager Tim Sells at the age of 47. Just 47. Since joining the Mill Community Trust in 2021, Tim played a pivotal role in expanding the department into the leading sports provider across Lewisham and Southwark. His unwavering passion for nurturing both players and people shone through in every aspect of his work. In a 2023 radio interview, Tim reflected on his role, saying, "I feel very fortunate to do the job I do. I see firsthand the impact our work has on the kids in the local community, and I feel very blessed to do this role." Sean Daly, CEO of Mill Community Trust, paid tribute to Tim. We're all devastated by the sudden loss of our friend and colleague Tim. His kind-hearted nature touched everything he did, and he was driven by a genuine desire to help others and make a positive impact. Regardless of background or circumstance, Tim always looked for ways to support others in reaching their goals. His warmth, generosity and spirit will never be forgotten, and he will be profoundly missed. Everyone at Millwall Football Club and the Millwall Community Trust extends our heartfelt condolences to Tim's family and friends during this incredibly difficult time. He survived by his wife Lisa and their 2 children. Rest in peace, Tim. So, I don't know if you maybe recognise him. He was obviously involved with the local football programmes, not the Mill junior teams, although I think he has recommended players to the Mill junior teams after seeing them play. And this is from millcommunity.org.uk, which is the Mill Community Trust website, and this is the announcement of his appointment in 2021, 4 years ago, 29th of September. So, Mill Community Trust MCT appoints Tim Sells as new football and sports development manager. So this is going back. So it provides a bit more background into where he's been and what he's done or what he did. So this week, Mill Community Trust welcomed our new football and sports development manager Tim Sells. Having previously worked as the children and young people lead at Kent Sport and Physical Activity Service for several years, Tim has booked strategic partnerships with education, public health, housing associations and national government bodies to deliver Sport England projects against set outcomes. He went on to become the football development manager at Palace for Life, Crystal Palace's FC charitable arm, where he oversaw the whole football function and day-to-day management of a host of post-16 academies and development centres. He has gained a great amount of experience and was heavily involved with the creation of an international football academy and degree programme in partnership with Roehampton University. On being appointed Mill Community Trust new football and sports development manager, Tim said, "It's fantastic to be joining Millwall, a community trust that really does make an impact within its locality. After speaking to Sean about his vision and plans for the future, I was easily sold on the project and delighted to join the team at a time when we can really start to grow our programmes. There's so much potential in this area and I'm extremely excited to build upon the fantastic work already being done here." So there's a little insight into what he's done and what he did and where he was and what he's been. And passed away, 47 years old. Shame. There is obviously we still have other stuff to talk about, although this is from footballinsider247.com. Another one. Hopefully this is just nonsense, but the thing with the parachute payments is that the clubs haven't really spent that much money. They still have money in reserve. They've had poor starts to the season. All of the clubs. Ipswich, Southampton, Sheffield United, Leicester, all had poor starts to the season. And, they're getting panicked. Uh-oh, we need to spend some money before the transfer window closes, they think. So, yeah, this is their exclusive. This was put up at 6:22 p.m. Leicester ask Millwall about a deal to sign Mihailo Ivanovic. So basically they're asking, what's the asking? How much do you want for him, I would imagine. So Leicester have made an inquiry to Millwall for striker Mihailo Ivanovic as the Foxes look to bolster their attacking options, sources have told Football Insider. A number of clubs are keen on the Serbian international, who netted 12 goals in 37 championship appearances for the Lions last season. That's misleading because obviously these days they do it by how many minutes. So coming off the bench for a few minutes, that's an appearance, but it kind of muddies the water. Ivanovic, 20, joined Millwall from boyhood club Vojvodina last summer and made an instant impact in the second tier with consistent. Well, he didn't really, did he? It took a time. With consistently strong hold-up play and impressive finishing ability. He made his first appearance for the Serbian national team in September 2024 off the back of some strong showings in South London, and now could be set to continue his rise in the East Midlands. Apparently because Jamie Vardy left, but he left ages ago. Has he signed for anyone yet? I think he said he wanted to stay in the Championship, but I don't know. Ivanovic joined the Lions for a reported fee of £2.8 million last summer, but his move to the Championship was not his first taste of football outside of Serbia after the loan spell at Sampdoria in a 22-23 campaign. The burly striker was restricted to just one Serie A appearance during his time in Italy, but went on to score regularly back at Vojvodina before joining Millwall. Football Insider revealed in July that Everton and Wolves are also interested in Ivanovic after his standout debut season in the second tier, and Millwall have been resigned to the fact that he could leave despite signing a long-term deal last year. Well, he has to leave. That's how it works. That's the model. That's what we're doing. You bring these players in, you give them a chance to shine, and when they shine, you sell them to the shine dealer. You sell them on. That's what we're doing now. Now, obviously, the old purpose is to make lots and lots of money, which will then sustain the club. And if you go and read the company reports and all of that stuff, the amount of money it costs to run Millwall Football Club is around about £20 million per year, I would imagine. I imagine it's gone up after this failing Labour government. It was around like £15 to £18 million. So we need to make £20 million a year. So literally, anybody who bids more than £20 million for Ivanovic is probably going to get him, because we need to make £20 million every year, and that's the goal. So you look who we're going to sell. Last year it was SA. We got money for SA and Fleming. This year, is it going to be Tanganga and Ivanovic? Next year, who's it going to be? Is it going to be Coburn? You don't know. RBW, you don't know. But this is, we have to make sales as close to or above £20 million every year. Although not really, because obviously you still have other sources of income, ticket sales. They're trying to, they've done the hospitality up. They're trying to make more money from that. Other things that they're trying to make money from, kit sales and things like that. Obviously cup runs, which we haven't had for a while. But, it costs £20 million per year to run Millwall Football Club. And as James Williamson said, he wants the club to be self-sustaining. This is how you self-sustain. You bring the players in, you let them shine, and then you sell them on. Whether that's after 1 season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, it doesn't matter. They have to be sold on. And they have to be sold on by other teams who have more money. And that's the Premier League. Now, of course, if we were to make it into the Premier League, then that would give us enough money to run the club for maybe 3 or 4 years. So, that is an option as well, but that's a very hard option. It seems easier to do the thing where you bring the players in, let them shine, and then sell them on. Now, regarding the Tanganga situation, it seems likely that Mill have agreed in principle to a fee that the club and Sheffield United and the player are all working on the deal now. Now, does that mean that's going to happen? No, because obviously Tanganga has to talk to them about wages. Maybe they don't give him the wages he wants. Maybe someone else comes in, because obviously we've been getting bids all summer for him from, 2 or 3 different clubs. So, maybe someone else comes in and say, now that they know what the price is, this is the price, is it? Okay, so now they know, they can come in and gazump. They can gazump the Sheffield United deal. And it does happen. We've seen it. It's happening right now with Eze. He's supposed to be going to Spurs. Arsenal come in. He's going to Arsenal instead. So, yeah. So, this is from southernnews.co.uk. Sheffield United boss responds to question on Mill defender. Yes, the manager has been speaking. It's Thursday. The managers do their press conferences on Thursdays. So we've got some the managers talking or not talking about it. So Sheffield United boss Ruben Sellers said his side expected to sign 2 defenders this weekend. Now, again, does he know, or is this hubris? As News at Den understands, the Blades are currently front runners for Mill centre-back Japhet Tanganga's signature. Tanganga, 25, joined the lines permanently last summer after being released by Tottenham, having spent the latter half of the 23-24 campaign on loan at the Den, and went on to start 43 games in all competitions and win the Mill Supporters Club 24-25 Player of the Season award. The Lions offered the centre-back a new contract this summer amid interest from other clubs, which he has not signed, by the way. Although none have activated his release clause of £1.2 million, which can only be triggered by Premier League teams. However, News at Den understands that the Blades are keen on securing Tanganga's services and are pushing hard to get the deal done. Asked if there was a chance of additions ahead of Friday's 12 p.m. registration deadline, Sellers told the Sheffield Star, "Yes, there is. We expect 2 players to be in and around for the weekend, and I think, it's obvious that the priority was defenders, and these are the 2 that we hope we will have for the weekend." So, we know that they're trying to bring in the guy on, I forgot his name, I told you about it in yesterday's video, from Atalanta. He's an English guy. Ben Godfrey, was it? Ben Godfrey? Sounds English. I don't know, maybe it's Scottish. Or Irish, by the way. So that's going to be one of them, and you assume the other one's going to be Tanganga. But here's the thing. Absolutely no way at all, do this deal before Friday at 12 p.m. so that he goes and plays for them against us at the weekend. Absolutely no way. Do not do that. When asked about Tanganga specifically, Sellers said, with names like Japhet or others in the championship, I would prefer not to make comment because, it's a sensible thing, and we are playing in 2 days. It's not fair on him or his club, and that would be the same with any other club in the championship too. It is actually against the rules to talk about any players at any other clubs, whether that's positive, negative, anything. It is literally against the rules in terms of soft tapping up, although I don't think anyone's ever been charged with that rule ever in the history of football, but the rule is still there. So that's why you'll often hear, we can't talk about we can't talk about players at other clubs. We're looking at making signings, but we can't mention specific names. That's why they do that. They're not being coy. It's against the rules, and they could be fined because it's tapping up. Now here we go. Alex Neil was asked by News at 10 earlier today about the reports linking Tanganga to Sheffield United, but did not comment. Did he not comment? He refused to comment, or did he tell you to get the fuck by the way? Go away. What are you talking about for, man? Are you mad? So, yeah, I don't think obviously he's not going to talk about it, but probably not happy that this is going on. So, here's the thing though, who's coming in? Players going out, players have to come in. So we're going to have a week before the deadline closes. What a fun week that's going to be next week. And, here's the thing. The thing with Alex Neil is that he did walk away from Preston when they didn't reinvest in the squad. So we'll see what Steve Gallen pulls out of the hat this time around. I do believe so. They're saying, News at the Den is saying that they got the quote from the Sheffield Star, but I think it was from this press conference because BBC Sport have it, bbc.co.uk on the Sheffield United page, and they've got an interview there with Radio Sheffield. It's an 11-minute long interview. I'm not going to play it. Atalanta's Ben Godfrey. So yeah, he said they're likely to bring in 2 defenders ahead of Saturday's game. Sellers is keen to get any new signings involved as soon as possible. There is a chance for them to be involved at the weekend. And we have 11 first-team players from last season who left the club. We've replaced them with free loans and players who still need time to be able to perform for Sheffield United. So realistically, we still need some players in. And then he talks about how they're not good enough defensively, disciplined. So it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be simple. But they're going to see a team that is 100% giving itself a good chance to win the game. Well, I certainly do hope not. So there you go. And talking about the game ahead, obviously just mentioned the managers doing their pre-match interviews today. They've been speaking to Alex Neil and he's been talking about the game. So what's he had to say? This is from southernnews.co.uk. It's going to be a dangerous game. Well, what is that, on the pitch or off the pitch? Millwall boss previews Blades clash. Yeah, you don't want to get... Blades are dangerous, aren't they? Blades are dangerous. They are sharp and you can get cut. Alex Neil thinks Mill's upcoming clash with Sheffield United at Bramall Lane this weekend will be a dangerous game. The Lions will be looking to bounce back from a 3-0 home loss to Middlesbrough following an opening day win away at Norwich City, while the Blades have yet to record a single league victory under new head coach Ruben Sellers, losing 4-1 to Bristol City and 1-0 to Swansea City. Mill bested Sheffield United 1-0 in their last meeting in Yorkshire on April the 8th, 2025, with Josh Coburn's 21st minute strike the difference. Neil expects this season's fixture to be an entertaining encounter. Oh, it's going to be a dangerous game, isn't it? For us and for them. We want to respond from the weekend. They've got to try and get their first one on board, their first league win, and I'd imagine the atmosphere will be interesting for both teams. We want to go there, start well, start on the front foot and see where the game takes us, but I'm sure their message will be the exact same and it could make for a really good game. Harstown, we felt heading into the match. Neil said, oh good, the game, albeit was a disappointment. If you look at the 3 goals we conceded, we gave the ball away for the first goal and we conceded from a corner, which we shouldn't, and we entered the spaces too early and we gave the ball away for the 3rd goal. There's no massive structural problems. We understand the bits that we need to do a bit better, and we've done better in the past. The problem you got with form and with performances, it's never going to be static, and it's always going to go up, and it's always going to come down. So we're going to have to try and find the rhythm to try and sort of sustain good performances. But it's not easy to do that, irrespective of what team it is, by the way. So there you go. And then this, talking about Nizzy, Little Miss Nizzy. Again from southernnews.co.uk. Published today. If you see a copy out and about, pick it up and read it. Alex Neil and what Millwall striker needs before he's ready for the Championship comeback. Alex Neil said Kevin Nisbets needed more minutes in his legs before he's ready to feature for the first team in the Championship. The 28-year-old spent the previous season on loan at Aberdeen, scoring 14 goals in all competitions and helping the Dons to win the Scottish Cup. The striker linked back up with the Lions squad this summer, but was not fit enough to feature in any of the pre-season friendlies. He made his first Millwall appearance in nearly a year on August the 12th, replacing Josh Coburn in the 64th minute of the Lions' 1-0 win over Newport County in the EFL Cup first round. He did not make the matchday squad for either of Millwall's opening league matches. Nisbets started for the under-21s in their away fixture against Hull City on Tuesday, August the 19th, and played 65 minutes. What he needs is minutes. Today you've Bangora Williams playing for the under-21s. You've got Adam Mayer playing for the under-21s. And you've got Dan Kelly playing for the under-21s. You've got AJ Matthews, and if Alfie didn't get injured, you'd probably have Zach Sturge playing for the under-21s as well. The under-21s is a vehicle for us to get minutes into the lads' legs that, otherwise aren't getting any minutes. So that's how we view it. It's not a punishment. It's not where they're in the pecking order and all that sort of stuff. The problem we've got with Kevin is Kevin's played 30 minutes at Newport all pre-season, and that's all he's had. So we've got a game coming up against Coventry. We've got a game against Sheffield United at the weekend, and Kevin at this moment in time is not quite ready. Certainly for the one at the weekend, I won't think. We'll see how it gets on today, and then we can take more of a view of it. But we'll try and get as many minutes into these lads' legs as possible. So when they're called upon, they're ready to do themselves justice. The striker signed for Millwall from Hibernian for £2 million in the summer of 2023. Nisbet scored 5 goals in 17 championship starts in 23-24 before he joined Aberdeen last summer. So it sounds from that they might be involved against Coventry, maybe even starting the game. In the game, next Tuesday? Okay. That should be fun. Gives him a chance, doesn't it? All you got to do is score some goals and no one can stop you. So now, moving on to this from Mill's official website, millfc.co.uk. Mill Under-21s Premier League Cup Group Stage fixtures announced. Now, I announced this yesterday, but I made a mistake. And we'll get to that in a minute. Mill Under-21s will take part in the Premier League Cup in 25-26. The Lions ended the competition in the group stage with their fixtures now announced. Kevin Nugent's side will take on Swansea City, Wolverhampton Wanderers, Nottingham Forest at home and away, with qualification for the knockout stages on offer. All home matches will be played at the Den, with any ticket selling details to be confirmed on millfc.co.uk. So there you go. So I made a mistake, and the mistake that I made, because obviously Mill hadn't put up the fixtures yet, and they still haven't, by the way. They just got them here, listed here. They haven't put it on the main page. The Mill-Swansea game that I told you was going to be in, I think it was October. That's actually the league game, which is going to be at the Den, and it's going to be at 1 p.m. as well. What they've actually done, and this could be interesting, is they have put the Mill-Swansea game at the Den the Saturday before Christmas, 1 p.m. So this is a game that we might need to win to qualify for the next round. There could be high stakes on it, and they put it on the Saturday. Although I think the first team are playing that day, but it's at 1 p.m. So I don't know if they've got anything planned. It would be interesting. So that might be a problem. On Saturday the 20th of December, the first team are playing away at Blackburn Rovers. I thought it was a 3 p.m. kickoff. It's actually 12:30 p.m. kickoff. So that's kind of weird. You're putting 2 games at the same time. If you made it a 3 p.m. kickoff, and then people could come to the Den, watch the Blackburn Rovers game in the concourses, drinking and that, and then they could go in and watch the Under-21s. But kind of weird that they put both. They put the Under-21 games to play at the same time as the first team game. But yeah, that's what they've done. So yeah, there you go. Interesting stuff. Now, finally been announced. I think I told you about this a fair old while ago. So this is he's signed Freddie Freedman, Dougie Freedman's son. He signs a scholarship. It's not a pro deal. It's a scholarship deal. So, because I think he's only 17. He's going to be 18 in November. So Millwall Football Club is delighted to announce that Freddie Freedman has signed a scholarship after a successful trial period. He got sent off in the last game, so they still signed him off after that. Well, maybe that was the successful trial period, putting yourself out of there, you know, like putting yourself on the line to try and win the game. It's like, oh, this guy's serious. He's got himself sent off trying to stop a goal. Freedman joins the club as a second-year scholarship student and has featured across both the under-18s and under-21 side during his trial period. So he's been playing for the under-18s and under-21s. Playing at centre-back, Freddie offers a wide range of attributes to the Lions' backline at both levels. Most recently at Everton, he joins up with his peers at Wellhall, putting pen to paper on his deal after departing the Toughies earlier in the year. So there you go, and they've got a load of pictures, even though, you know, it's not a pro deal, it's a scholarship deal, but yeah, interesting stuff. Signing a player from Everton. So we'll see how that goes. Now, have a look at this. So the Den's new lounge is open to the public is the headline from this story from millfc.co.uk. Basically, it's a vehicle to show some pictures of the new hospitality area, and you think, well, I've already seen them. No. When we did the video before, was it 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, those images were computer graphic images. This is reality now. That was a simulation. This is the real deal. So obviously they're trying to sell the deal. So here you go. This is what it really looks like, and it actually looks like the graphic images. It's uncanny how realistic those were. And here we go. You know, this is a fancy restaurant. It's got I assume that is a salt and pepper grinder, in that hopefully it's sea salt in there, not rock salt, because that stuff is hard as a rock, hence the name. But yeah, look at that. No ketchup though. Yeah. So you see? Do you see? Loads of plants. Are they real or are they fake? What do you think? What do you think? I think they are probably fake. Must be. How do they live? How do they stay alive? Oh, there's a fucking load of lights there. I don't know if they can grow off of them lights. Probably grow a load of cannabis in there, the amount of lights they got going on there. So yeah. Is that a bread basket? Warm bread? Warm buns? And there you go. So I think this is pictures from the first outing that this had at the Middlesbrough game. And there you go there, look at that. What's that? Is that quince jelly? What's the yellow one? Is that lemon jelly? I don't know. Was that crab? Looks like crab, like a white crab. Maybe, I don't know. But looks good now. There's, was that cheese on toast? No, it's a bruschetta. Something like that, amuse-bouche. And you can see how it cost £1 million, or more than £1 million, of that whole refit. Look at that plate. That plate itself is probably about 15 quid for one plate. Club 1885. There you go. Some happy people there. So you see the shimmering, shining roof. Looking good. Hard floors though. I bet there's a hell of a racket when the chairs move in and out on that hardwood floor. Probably insane amount of noise. There you go. What's that? Salmon rillettes with what's that stuff called? Celeriac slaw. 2 pieces of sourdough. Hang on, go back. Is that Greg Wallace in the background? Blurred out. They probably blurred him out because you know the thing. Now, this is interesting. So this looks like... We're going to get another picture of that. But we'll get to that when we get to that. So this is the West Lower. Is it not? So they've put another hospitality thing on the lower section. I believe so. Would that have been where the offices would have been then? I imagine, because when you used to go up to watch the under-21 games or into the exec lounge, you would go up the stairs and you would go past one group of doors, keep going up to the top door, and then you would go in, and I'm assuming that was the upper tier. So now they've got rid of those offices and turned it into this. And is that the door outside? So how do you get up to the west upper then? They built a staircase there to take people up to the west upper from the west lower where this is. And it seems like that's like there is a door there, so I don't know. Is that? But again. So that's like a full, like, what do they call it? Full length glass window. What's on the other side of that is that you're going to be there munching on your £300 food, and there's going to be a load of disabled fans looking at you through the window, salivating at all the salmon and celeriac that you're eating. Or is that like covered in like a film that is like a one-way film? But then they'll be sitting there looking at reflections of themselves, or like combing their hair while you're drinking your Chateau Neuf Pape or whatever it's called. That red wine. You see that? Got the cloth. You know why they got the cloth? So it doesn't fall over. It doesn't slip and slide. Clever. You don't want to spill drinks on anyone. Now this is Doherty's. This is the cheaper option. Is that the guy from Grange Hill? Zamo. This is where they got the stained glass thing on the roof where the lights are. Or the ceiling, not the roof, the ceiling. Stained glass. Like, this is the cheaper option. In terms of getting in there. Not only that, but if you go back, so you look there on the left, they've got this kind of like dividing wall, like half-size wall. It seems that they put ceramic tiles on the outside of that. So rather than just, build a wall and leave it bare brick or plaster it up and paint it, they've actually put like ceramic. I don't know if it's real ceramic tiles or like linoleum sheets or something, but if it's real ceramic tiles, that looks good. That they've gone to that amount of effort to do that. It does for like a little dividing wall. Yeah. And this is I don't know which one this is. This is the top one, yeah, like the high end one, I think. I forgot the name of it, but one's called Club 1885. One's called, is it Number 11? And one's called Doherty's. So yeah, are we back around to the beginning now? No, here we go. So yeah, you can see there the dividing wall a bit better. They've got, like I said, it looks like ceramic tiles. Oh, it's a nice touch, no? And this, this looks like the graphic that they put up. This does look like that. And look how many TVs there are. Bloody all over the place. I think we're back round to the beginning now, no? Yeah. So there you go. There's the actual real pictures, real photographs of the hospitality section. Does it not look good? It does look good, no? It does look good. So there you go. Now moving on to this, the Financial Times. The what? The when? Yes. This is the Daily Millwall channel, and I'm bringing you a story from the Financial Times. This is going to be interesting. Everyone suddenly wants to be a telecoms group. The fintechs have picked up a good time to get involved. What's this got to do with Millwall, mate? Well, let's read it and find out. What links Monzo, the digital bank that wants customers to love it, with Millwall, the English football club where fans chant no one likes us and we don't care? They both want to become telecoms companies. Did you see? You see? They are just two among a flurry of companies trying to launch mobile services. Fintechs, that's financial technology companies, are especially keen. Monzo is following rivals Revolut and Klarna in the UK, plus international peers such as N26 and Nubank. Never heard of them. Fintechs sometimes seem to throw out as many growth plans as possible just to see what sticks. But mobile networks are not a bad idea, and they have picked a good time to get involved. New entrants act as mobile virtual network operators, MVNOs, which buy network capacity from mobile network operators such as EE and sell it on to retail customers. The model has been around for decades, but is becoming increasingly prominent. Excess capacity and financial pressures have led incumbents to offer MVNOs generous wholesale deals, while the advent of online shopping and eSIMs has made it easier for customers to find better deals and then make the switch. eSIMs also allow MVNOs to move between different networks without the disruption of mailing customers a new SIM card. Add on cost of living pressures, and it is not surprising MVNOs, which tend to be cheaper, added 1.5 million UK customers last year, while traditional operators collectively lost 54,000 customers according to EastEnders analysis. So here's a graph here. On the left, in dark blue, MVNOs. On the right, in the sky blue, traditional mobile operators. So, as you see, 2021, these are new customers in thousands, net new contracts in thousands. Massive dip the following year, 2022, for the traditionals, and then a massive, even more of a dip in 2023. It goes negative. They're losing customers in 2024. And so far this year, and this is just until June the 30th, the traditional operators have lost even more customers, whilst the MVNOs are still gaining those customers. So there you go. Enders estimates that MVNOs earn about £10 per user per month and pay £3 in wholesale charges. That leaves a decent potential profit if they can keep customer acquisition and servicing costs down. For many companies, that is a big if, but fintechs already have customer service infrastructure and millions of loyal users. For a big company like Revolut or Klarna, the profit boost is unlikely to be game-changing. Using Enders estimates, if Revolut coaxes 15% of its 11 million UK customers into joining a phone plan with marginal acquisition and servicing costs, it will get nearly 140 million a year in extra revenue. And that is only about 5% of its 2024 total, or just under 20% of its earnings. Industry insiders add that in practice margins for new operators are not so generous, although some foreign markets like Germany can be more profitable, and many Revolut customers will already be fielding offers from the likes of Sky TV and Tesco. Crossover in customer bases makes it impossible for everyone to sign up 15% of their users to a telco service. And here you go. So estimated customer numbers at the largest UK MVNOs. Tesco. What is that? Million. So Tesco have got 5.5 million customers. Sky have got just under 4 million. Labaro have got over 2 million. ID Mobile have got 2 million. Leica Mobile have got 1.75 million, and Utility Warehouse have got 500,000. So, this is where the people have been going. They've been leaving Free, they've been leaving EE, they've been leaving Vodafone and going to Tesco, to Sky, to Labaro, to ID Mobile, to Leica Mobile, and to Utility Warehouse. And to Millwall Mobile, which we'll get onto in a minute. Still, the risks are low, monetarily at least. Fixed costs are modest. The bigger concern is if, instead of creating a mobile network that customers love as much as their digital bank, network problems drag down approval of the broader fintech. get their customer service wrong, and telco ambitions would not be the only thing fintechs have in common with Millwall. And there are comments, but I don't know if they're going to show up. So what's this about? Did you miss this, or did you forget? No, it's this. Millwall Mobile, launched by Millwall. It runs on the free network. So Millwall Mobile is being powered by the free network, and this is a way for you to get a mobile phone service and for Millwall to make money from it. And all of the details here. There's a travel eSIM. These are the plans. The home one is on sale at the moment, which is an insane deal. If it's true, obviously they say unlimited data, but you download 100 porno films and all of a sudden they're cutting you off. Like, bro, you said unlimited. Like, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, unlimited 5G data, unlimited text and calls, and 20 gigabytes of EU roaming for £15 a month. And you keep the same number, you know, all of this stuff. You can see here all of the deals, one simple payment, manages all the SIMs from one account, it's an eSIM, and the club are offering these prizes as part of it. Here's the frequently asked questions and all that. There's no contract length, it's subscription based, so you just pay monthly, month by month. But here's the thing. Millwall aren't doing this. Well, they are doing it, but Millwall aren't running this. The company that's running it is Shaka .tel. This is their website, Shaka Telecommunications. And, they've got this page, and you can have your own network. Like, we could see, if you have a fan base that you want to, exploit, or, benefit with some cheaper mobile, you could have it too. We could see maybe like Acton Millwall mobile. We could see Lions TV mobile. We could see all these things. EFL mobile. It's, as it says here, it's easy to do. One-click setup. No hassle. eSIM first. So, here we go. This is what you do. Create your branded mobile plan. Create powerful incentives. Offer mobile plans to your customers. Spread the word and market. So you do the marketing, because it's your customers, it's your fans, it's your people. So you market to them. But this company, they do all the background stuff. They do all the nuts and bolts. And then watch your revenue and loyalty grow. By how much? And as we've just seen on that graph on the Financial Times, the main operators, obviously they're losing customers. Obviously there's probably some kind of competition rules about they have to let people have access to the networks and stuff like that. But what happens if they jack up the prices? What happens if they restrict it in some way, And again, what happens if this company, if the costs go up, the margins are squeezed? How often do Shaka Telecommunications pay you out your money? And what happens if they miss a payment? Is it too good to be true? Is it one of those, husky deals? I don't know. But you see, this is the graph that they're using on their website. And it says here, so January to July, 800k. And that's based off 21,900 subscribers. Each subscriber spends about $15.48. And they're saying you've gained 87% of customers. So, that's quite a lot of money, isn't it, for 21,900 people? So that is interesting stuff. So, yeah, here we go. This is what you can do. And you do fintechs, creators, like I said, like Mr. Beast Mobile. Like I said, act on Millwall Mobile. Why not? Retailers. Well, here's an idea. How about fucking Southwark Council Mobile, so they can actually make some money of their own and stop fucking sticking their hands in everybody else's pockets and trying to get as much council tax as possible. How about that? If it's that easy, let them do it. So there you go. You can do it too. You can do it too. It's easy to do. One click away. One click set up. There you go. In 5 minutes. 5 minutes you can do this. It's insane. So yeah, there you go. And on that note, thank you for watching and goodbye.